In this class, we'll be looking at how to add octal numbers. Now, adding octal numbers are basically base 8 numbers. Now, octal numbers, are kind of, like a bit much more complex. I mean, not really complex, but it's a bit like, different from binary addition in the sense that we're using really large numbers and we can, easily make mistakes. However, the logic of addition is still very much similar. So, the same addition logic like the binary and also like the normal base 10 addition. And then, so because of this, we will do a quick example in base 10, and this will help us to master how to do this addition in any base, basically. And then we apply it to base 8. So first, in base 10, we can, do a little bit of quick addition. So here we have 19 plus maybe 27. Now, everything is in base 10 in this case, right? So what happens is when we take the unit column, which is basically 9 plus 7, and we take this column, we see like we have a 16. So when we have a 16, what do we do next? So when we have the 16, what we do next is we say 16, and we see like 16 is above 10, right? Or it's equal to 10. So in this case, what we do is, because it's equal or above 10, what we will do is we'll minus 10 from it, right? We minus 10 from it, and what we get is 6. So when we get 6, we just basically come here. We basically come here, and then we apply 6 here, right? We put 6 here. And then we take the fact that we have, minus this 10 one times. We did it one time. We had to do minus 10, we did the minus just once. To get it below 10, so we did this one time to get the number below 10. So because of that, then we take this one and then we bring it here. So this is how we approach it. So here we're taking the 6, and then we put in the 6 here, and then we take the 1 and then we put it here. So this is 1 plus 1 plus 2, which gives you 46 base 10. Now this is the key to adding octal numbers. So how do we go ahead? We're just diving into it. So basically, octal numbers are base 8 numbers that cannot be more than 8. So an example of an octal number is 677. And then we have to put an 8 to it. This gives the reader the understanding that this is a base 8 number. And then when we want to add it to maybe 2, 6, 3, which is also another octal number. So we put an 8 there. And then we do our addition. Now, the first thing we have to put into consideration is when we add, we feel free to add beyond 8. But then when we want to record the number, then we have to make sure it is less, or it's less than 8. And so in this first scenario, what do we have? We have 10. So when we have 10, for this case, we have 10, right? So when we have 10, we bring the 10 out. So basically, the first case, we bring 10 out, right? So we have 10. So we have 10, we bring the 10 out, and then we see like 10 is more than 8, right? Or, it's more than or equal to 8. So because of this, we have to minus it from 8. and then we have 2. So we bring 2 down, and because we had to, minus from 8 once, then we take 1 and we give it to these guys here. And then we bring the 2 down, which is basically 2, right? And then we know that this is base 8. So when we add on the second string, we notice that this is 1 plus 7 plus 6. So this number here, we see like this is 14, right? And then when we do 14, we notice that this is also greater or equal to 8. And because of that, we have to minus 8 from it, and so we get 6. And so 6 is now less than 8, and we had to do this one time, so we bring 1 to the next side, right? And then we record our 6 here, and then we go to the next one. So on this part now, we notice that we get a 9. So 9 is also equal to or greater than 8. And so when we have to minus it from 8. So when we minus it from 8, we get 1. And so here, we bring 1 here. And since we have to minus more than, we have to minus 1 time, and then we have to bring 1 here. And then when we get to the last part, which basically has the 1 alone, so basically this is 1 plus 0, and so we have like 1, and then we just bring the 1 down, and then you have your final answer, which is 11628. So I mean, the whole idea still remains the same. You do not have, your addition should not give you something bigger than the base or something equal to the base. So when you have this kind of scenario, you have to find a way to manage it, which is basically by minusing the base from it. At times you have to do it more than once. So in some cases, if you when adding much more complex, additions, maybe you were adding like 3 numbers, you could basically have cases where you add up to 20, for instance, and in this case, minusing by 1/8, it doesn't solve the case, and then you have to manage it, and then you get your final answer. So it's a very simple way. It's very much more like the normal addition, and very much like the binary addition. So let's meet in the next one, where we basically look at how to subtract octal numbers, which is basically base 8 numbers. Thank you.